Hey guys, my name's Angie and welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me while I get ready. Today I'm popping on some L'Oreal True Match Foundation and I'm just dotting it all over my face. In this video I'm freaking out because the neighbors are so noisy and it's just the strangest timing. Killing me. So anyway, I'm just blending that in using a crown brush. And now I'm using the Fit Me Concealer from Maybelline to conceal, highlight and contour. Just going to blend that all in. Stippling really helps. I'm using the Becca pressed bronzer in Duende. And a really small fluffy brush so I can just have a really precise application. I am baking my nose contour and under my eyes using Secret Brightening powder from Mercier. Just dusting off my powder after it's baked, and I'm filling in my brows using the ChiChi brow pomade. I'm gonna brush them up and those brows are good to go. Done. Just concealing my lids and my eyebrows. I'm just going over that with M.A.C eyeshadows. I'm applying it in a bit of a halo eye style because I'm going to be applying a Coppertone on the center. So there's no real point in me applying eye pigmented shadow over the entire lid. Doing a bit of a diffused wing. I'm using a M.A.C brush. It's the 217, I believe.
The neighbours have quieted down.
So happy about that. Using the dark matte palette from Viseart and a blending crease brush from Crown just to get a bit more intense in the crease. I've got a slightly overhanging lid, so it's a bit like slightly hooded eyes, so I need to make sure that we can see that crease color by lifting it up a tiny bit higher. You're going to pop some of that same shadow underneath the eyes, but it doesn't really matter how intensely you go with it because we are going to be placing that Coppertone on the upper lid and on the lower lash line as well in the center. So you're going to lose a lot of that color anyhow, so don't worry too much about that. If you want to get more intensity, I would suggest using a denser brush and then also clean it up with a concealer brush afterwards, just so there's no fallout. And we're going to snatch up that Coppertone Amber Lights shadow from M.A.C Cosmetics. Look at that pigment. I'm so excited about that. Wow, I look like a lizard. Anyways, press it on with your finger. You'll get the strongest pigment from that. And you can build it like I'm doing right here. Use a brush just to soften the edges a tiny bit. Not much. You want it to stay intense and you want to see the contrast. Just lining it using a Kat Von D tattoo liner. I'm going a bit crazy because mine's running out. And then I did the dumbest thing, is that I put mascara on and lashes, curled them, but then I forgot to put on bottom mascara and I took pictures and then, yeah, thank God when I went out that night I managed to remind myself to do that. I'm using Hourglass powder to set and give me a bit of an overall glow. I'm using Coppertone blush from Becca and Moonstone highlighter as well with the Real Techniques Duo Fiber face brush. Using my finger just to apply it to my nose and my brow bone, inner corner. And we're done. So chuck on some lashes from Eyelure. All finished. But I put on mascara and I haven't got any pictures of it, so I'm really sorry guys, but look, it looked better than this. But it still looks good. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out and I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching guys. Bye!